Welcome to the Nurture Small Business Podcast. I'm your host, Denise Cagan, president of the DCA Virtual Business Support. At DCA, we believe in small businesses and the families they support. Learn more at dcavirtual.com. Professional Organization of Women of Excellence Recognized, simply abbreviated as POWER, is an organization as well as a quarterly magazine for women professionals. Their mission is simple: to recognize, empower, and inspire women and help them gain the exposure they deserve. Today, I have with me Tonia DeCosimo, the founder of Power. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. We've had a little bit of a comedy of errors trying to schedule and reschedule. Lots of life was happening.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm glad you're here today. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you got into the magazine and the organization. But first, give me a little bit of your background and history. Like, where were you before this?
Okay. So I actually have a degree in elementary education and English. So I wanted to be a teacher. When I graduated college, there were like no teaching jobs. It was horrible. And I got into this by accident. A friend of mine said, listen, while you're looking for a teaching job, why don't you come and work for the company I'm at? It's a publishing advertising company, and try sales for a while. So I was like, you know what? Okay. I needed a job. Let me still look for a teaching job on the side. And I started the sales job, and I loved it. I became the number one salesperson out of like 100 salespeople. From there, I was promoted to management, and I started helping build other publishing advertising companies, doing consulting for them. And I loved it. So I forgot about teaching. Some days I'm like, well, I could have been out at 3:00 and had all these vacations.
But I bet it was a much more lucrative career.
Yeah, pros and cons to everything.
Absolutely.
So I've been in the publishing advertising business for actually, now it's 31 years. I decided about 15 years ago to go out on my own. And the reason for that was nothing against men. I love men, but I always worked for a man and helped build, their business. And I said, I'm going to do this for myself. And I was told by one of the men that I worked for, oh, you know what? You can never do this on your own. You're always going to need a man, blah, 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 blah. And I said, that gave me the push. I'm going to go out there and do it. And I did. It was scary, but I really wanted to help women. I wanted them to realize, if you put your mind to something, you can do it. You don't always need a man or somebody else to help you out. If you really believe in something, you can do it.
No, I totally agree. A few expletives came to mind as you were describing that, but I do keep the show pretty PG, so I'm not going to say them. No, I agree. Women have incredible talent, and if we lift each other up, we can do amazing things. So tell me, what differentiates the organization and from the publication? What is different there?
So the organization, I started out as an organization. Power stands for Professional Organization of Women of Excellence Recognized. So this is a website. It's an organization where women can go network with like-minded professionals. We have a whole host of services. Our members get a user ID and password, allows them access to our database. They can network with the other members. We have a concierge service where we can help them and connect them with the right type of client, depending on their criteria, whether or not they're looking to just network with people in their industry or their city or their state. So we help them out with that. We do press release distributions on them. The list goes on. So it started as an organization, and then I decided to do a magazine and feature these women as well in the magazine. It's a quarterly magazine, print and digital. We usually have a celebrity, an icon on the cover, and it's just to show the everyday woman that anything is possible. This could be you on the cover one day. So we always just want to empower and inspire women in all industries and professions.
So talk a little bit more about your membership model and I do a ton of networking. And so one of the things I always look at is it a national organization? Am I able to, because my company, of course, is virtual, so I'm able to cover across the country. And so meeting people across the country is valuable for me. And sometimes, having local events is also valuable. So tell me about the structure of yours.
Right. So we do have some events. As a matter of fact, hopefully, as you know, there was a storm in Naples and Southwest Florida. So I'm supposed to be doing a networking event November 17th there. The event's changed a little bit. It's going to be more of a charity event, as well as having some keynote speakers. We're going to do a mini fashion show. But the proceeds will go to a charity. Right now, we're thinking of St. Matthew's House in Naples, Florida. We also have an awards gala every year, which is huge. It's a red carpet event. Again, celebrities, icons, everyday hardworking women. It's for men and women. It's a beautiful evening. We also combine that with a charity. Usually it's breast cancer because that is near and dear to me. My sister had triple negative breast cancer twice. And I have a lot of friends that have had breast cancer. So usually the charity is a breast cancer organization. We also do webinars, podcasts as well. I mean, the list goes on. We really have a plethora, I guess you could say, of products and services.
So tell me about the network so I'm very curious about the networking and how people connect. What are some of the stories your members have shared with you about the connections they've made?
We've made a bunch of connections. As a matter of fact, a veterinarian connected with one of our members who helps animals. Not only did they connect as far as doing business together, they're now best friends. They showed up to our last gala together. So that was great. I've had a couple of keynote speakers that have helped out our members. And again, they're friends personally as well as, business-wise. But most of the networking, being that the members are national, our members get a user ID and password, which allows them access to the database to network with the other members. And we're there for them as well. So in other words, if one of my members says, I'm just looking to network with people, in the state of Utah, we'll send out a targeted email blast to all of our members in the state of Utah, trying to connect this individual to the other members.
Okay, so it's networking on steroids, so to speak.
Basically.
Okay, I love that.
It's a huge way. I mean, I couldn't believe our last awards gala. Actually, the morning after, we had a networking event. It was crazy.
Where did you hold the awards gala?
That was on Long Island, the mansion at Oyster Bay in Woodbury. We had people fly in from all over. It was about 320 people. Actually, it was still during COVID. And people wanted to get out. Nobody really cared about COVID. Thank God. Everyone was safe. And it was just a great event. People were just fed up and they wanted to get out. And it was really an amazing event. I'm having another one May 18th, 2023. So that'll also be at the mansion. And it's just a great way to connect with people and network and just have a great time.
It sounds definitely like it is. And you have a lot of celebrity connections. I'm looking through your list that I saw on your bio, plus the ones I've seen. I think I saw Christie Brinkley on the last cover. I see here Susan Lucci, the Pointer Sisters, Gloria Gaynor, Giada De Laurentiis. Oh my gosh. And you said you love cooking.
Yeah.
So how do you make these connections?
That's a secret.
You can't spill the beans.
That stays with me. But you make connections through other people. Sometimes it's just through myself. If there's somebody that I want to feature, I will reach out to them. I mean, you don't know unless you try. That's what it's really about.
So what suggestions can you give to our audience who maybe they want to connect with other celebrities? And you don't have to give away your secret formula, but obviously there's got to be some type of method behind this.
Look, I'm here to help women, empower women. The thing is this: when there's a will, there's a way. The truth of the matter is nobody taught me what to do. I had to figure it out on my own. I had to go out there. I had to research how to get in touch with celebrities. I mean, a celebrity is not going to take your call. Okay. You're going for the most part through their publicist. Some celebrities will take your call. You have to be persistent. Like I said, if you really want to get something done and you have a great product or service, they're going to want to do it. Have I been turned down by some celebrities? Absolutely. Which is shocking because this is all about empowering women. Right now, I'm dealing with someone and, if she doesn't get the cover, she doesn't want to be in the magazine. To be quite frank, I don't want somebody like that. I don't care who you are, how famous you are. If you're not willing to step aside and put your ego aside, listen, who wouldn't love the cover? I've never been on the cover of my own magazine. Everybody's saying, do it, do it, do it. I'm like, maybe one day I will, but it's really not about me right now. But when somebody says, if I don't get the cover, I'm not going to be featured. So how are you empowering other women?
That makes sense.
So there's a lot of dealing with celebrities is an eye opener. There are some people that you're like, wow, they are so nice. I can't believe I'm speaking to this person. How amazing, how humble. And then there are others that you're shocked that you can't even believe how somebody would speak to you or not even return a phone call or an email. And they just think they're too good. So it's not an easy industry to be in.
Sounds like you have to have thick skin a little bit.
You really do. You really do. You get knocked down a lot. But those people that knock you down, you don't want them to be part of your organization or magazine anyway.
So tell me about Susan Lucci. Susan Lucci, okay, for those who don't know who she is, All My Children was on it, I think, from the whole time it aired. And she's got to be in her 70s now, isn't she? And she looks pretty amazing.
Susan Lucci is so beautiful. She's petite. She's just so cute. You just want to grab her and hug her. She's wonderful. And she received our Icon Award last year. I'm sure you know her husband Helmut passed, I think it was in April. And I was so happy that he was there with her to see her receive this award. It's probably the last award you ever saw her get. Susan's very humble, very approachable, and just a gracious person. Really, really enjoy speaking to her, interviewing her, and presenting her with an award.
That's great to hear. I know her character, Not My Children, was not any of that. Not at all.
I love My Children, my favorite.
But truly, that shows what a great actress she is, too.
Yeah.
So who was your favorite person to interview?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. Oh, boy.
No shade towards anybody else. Just there's got to be one that rose to the top.
I do. I really do love Susan Lucci. I have to say, she was a pleasure to interview. Heather Dubrow from The Housewives. She was great. Her and her husband, Dr. Terry Dubrow, they received the Power Couple Award. I'm trying to think who else stands out. Well, Christie Brinkley. I mean, I love Christie. She's amazing. Again, very humble, easy to approach. Fran Drescher, always funny.
Yes, she is.
Gloria Gaynor. Gaynor. I mean, every woman loves that song, I Will Survive. She's amazing.
That's a power song by itself.
Yeah, and my first cover was Bonnie Pointer from the Pointer Sisters. And she's, she passed since. She's amazing. Both her and Anita Pointer, really just a pleasure to deal with.
So what's the most surprising thing that you published? That way it's already published that somebody ever told you.
I really couldn't even tell you. Nothing too shocking, really. Now that I think about it, nothing too shocking. I need something shocking.
Something that's publishable shocking as well.
The thing is, sometimes the people that you think wouldn't be approachable and nice are actually the ones that are. So that's just something shocking to me that I've learned. It's usually the ones that you think are going to be a little, snotty that aren't.
Okay. So you mentioned a couple of times awards. Tell me about the different types of awards that your event has.
We always have an Icon Award, a Rising Star Award, Top Chef Award we had one year, Celebrity Fitness. We've had award for, charity awards, like Cancer Foundation awards. Some of them change from year to year. I haven't made a decision yet on all the awards for this for May of 2023, but there's definitely an icon award.
Okay. And so if our listeners wanted to nominate someone or apply for those awards themselves, are they able to do that?
Sure. You can reach me at Tonia at powerwo.com, POWERWOE.com, like Women of Excellence, powerwo.com. And that's TONIA, Tonia at powerwo.com.
Perfect. So, Tonia, what else should I have asked you that I haven't asked you yet?
My age. No, I'm just kidding.
I never ask anybody their age.
How old? Yeah. What should you ask me? I don't know. That's for you to figure out. No, do I love what I do? That's the question you should be asking me. Do I love what I do? The answer is yes. Otherwise, I couldn't be doing it this long. Nothing's easy in life. And we just had a disaster the other day. I'm not going to get into, but some people would have just said, forget this. I'm just throwing in the towel. I keep going. My business, the people that work for me, they're my family. And there's days, I think, in anybody's business that you want to give up. That's your choice. But for me, I keep going. And I love a challenge. And I love, most importantly, helping women succeed. Sometimes it's difficult dealing with women. Women say that they want to empower each other. Like you asked me a question before, there's certain things you don't give all your secrets away, but you do have to help people. And I enjoy doing that. And I feel that I've helped many people.
Awesome. Well, Tonia, it has been a pleasure having you on the show today. I am glad we finally got to connect.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And we're excited to have you in Power Magazine because you're a woman of power. So thank you.
Yes, I'll be sharing that with my audience when it comes out.
Can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me for today's Nurture Small Business podcast, where the focus is on business growth, technology, and people strategies to help your business thrive. At DCA Virtual Business Support, our focus is making your business operations run smooth so you can focus on growth. Reach out to me at Denise at DCAvirtual.com if you'd like to learn more.